What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello, all of you wonderful listeners out there, all of you ninjas, all of you dirty rats, and maybe you're an artifact creature or two. Either way, I welcome you to the show, the one, the only, Hunt the Week. It's a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku, or Go Home. And this is a podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League that we all play in. And we are kicking off our Neo Partner League. That's right. Grab a good friend or maybe someone who's just going to carry you all the way to the end and get ready for Partner League. I am excited for it. I hope you are too. But before we can really get into Partner League and get into Neo, I got some fun Magic news for everybody. I don't know if you remember this Magic Netflix show that they were working on for a while. It was kind of rumored. They were working on this Magic Netflix show. It was supposed to be about Chandra. The Russo brothers were involved. Then, not a lot of news for a while. Turns out, the Russo brothers drop out. Now they're making it, it's a cartoon. It's about Gideon. You can look this up. This has all happened. This is all in the past. But we haven't heard much about it for, 1 to 2 years now. It's been a minute. And I don't know if you know, I've mentioned it on the show before. But I went to film school. I went to school for film. That is my background. That's how I know how to record and edit stuff. That's what I went to school for. And I know a few people in the industry. I know a few friends that live in LA. In fact, I had a couple discers on that live in the California area this week. But I know some friends who are in the biz and who work on movies and stuff. And I was talking to one of them about it and asked him, hey, have you heard anything about this Magic show? And it's not good news. It sounds like it's probably not going to happen. But my buddy said, yeah, I've heard about it. And it's not really going anywhere. But I've got the theme song if you want to hear it. This is true 100%. I would not lie to you. When they were first making the show, it was all around the Kamigawa time when this set came out. So there are some tie-ins to the theme song from that show and Kamigawa. So I figured what better time and place to play it than right now. So, I got this song. This is from the Magic the Gathering TV show. Let's take a listen to it now.
Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Kamigawa Nia Dynasty. Playing with your partner and you're helping. You can play some cards that are machines. They're artifacts. Channel discards for abilities. And speed. Ninjutsu go to attacks. If it's not blocked, you bounce it back. Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Werewolf, Viking, Ninja, Gorgons, Boseiju is a real big tree. Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Sagas flip into a creature for free. Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, reconfigure, modify, go to attacks, change your creature and win a prize. Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Kamigawa Nia Dynasty, Kamigawa Nia Dynasty. Playing with your partner, pools are splitting.
Weird choice to go with just, the Ninja Turtles song with different lyrics, but hey, you can't improve on a classic, right? So just have an old good theme song and then make it your own, I guess. But that's what they did, and it makes sense why they're not making that show after listening to that. So maybe that was a good decision, and maybe that was a good choice. But either way, we have to get to the show. We have to talk about Neo League. What's it all about? What's going on? So please join me as we get modified.
Let's get modified.
That's right. I am modified. I am reconfigured, and I am here to give you the scoop on Neo League. That's right. First off, Partner League, teams of 2. And when you play, you can have your partner help you. Table talk is allowed and encouraged. But be careful, because those timers need to be on. Because we're talking over the table, and because we're trying to figure out the best plays that we can make in the most optimal lines, that takes some time. So the clock is ticking. Please make your moves fast and quickly. Last time we did this, there were plenty of teams that lost to time, and you don't want to be that team, okay? You don't want to be it. So we've all gotten our pools. Me and my partner in the middle of splitting our pool right now. Me and Chris R, aka Sinkwater. We are runaway teamkin. And I'll tell you this: these are my hot takes for the league. I feel like every pool is going to split into blue, black, and green, white. That's what's going to happen. Every pool is going to have a ninja player and a green, white enchantment player. And this is what I'm noticing. One of our decks is very strong and very good. We have one very good deck. The other deck has 8 creatures in it, and it needs some help. And it's like 2 to 3 packs away from being a deck. I'm pretty sure this is still how we're going to run it. I don't want to run 2 mediocre decks. I'd rather have one good one and one that might get lucky, I guess. And I wonder if you're running into the same thing. You know, how is your pool splitting going? Was it easy? Did you go into the colors that I'm thinking people are going to go into, or are you playing the bastard color that is red in this league? That, unless you're Caleb, oh boy, I don't know. I don't know if you can make it work and make it happen. So what are the mechanics for this league? Well, we're opening Neo packs, and you get your pool, you split it at the beginning of the week. Decks need to be submitted by Friday before you play, and your partner plays. And every time you get a loss, you open a pack like normal. But you can send one card. You can channel one card from that pack to your opponent. You have an hour to do it. So hope your partner's not busy. Or I hope that you guys have a conversation prior that says, hey man, I really want that black removal. I want those blue ninjas. I need those green, white enchantments. And I don't want those red cards. So every pack, even if you don't lose, you can still get some new cards added to your pool. At the end of the week, pools merge again, and we re-split them again for next Friday. 3-week league. It's a short league, and it's fun Neo partner time. We've done this before. We've done partner leagues. We've done a Neo league, and we're back at it again. Partner leagues are always really fun. Lots of table talk, lots of interaction. You can see a lot of people's personalities. Maybe you see some people snap at each other. You see some good gameplay. That's the other thing with partner league. Not as many misplays. Not a lot of misplays in partner league because you got someone helping you. So everything kind of takes a little longer, is a little bit more thought out. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing in this league. I'm excited for it. Neo's a fun set. I don't remember much about it, but I'm looking forward to playing and trying to split my deck. Cody Race is the best player on the server. Playing Cody Friday at 5 p.m. No stipulations. We were going to do stips, but we just don't have the cards. I don't have the sideboard to try to do any weird stip matches right now. But we may have another surprise, so please show up 5 p.m. Me and Cody doing our thing where we play each other. Gonna be a fun time. But I couldn't get Cody on the show this week. Cody has his own partner, and it's partner league, so I am bringing on both partners throughout the entire league. Hopefully, for 3 weeks, we're gonna have 2 guests at a time. So join me as we continue the saga. Saga. That's right. The saga continues as we talk to Sawyer and Jake C, aka the Golden State Disciples. Disciples or Disciples? I'm not sure. I think it should be Disciples, but maybe that's hard to say because I already am having problems saying it. So I talked to Sawyer and Jake. We had a nice conversation about how the league committee came up with this and how a team league works. So please join me and listen to that interview now. All right, everyone, join me as we continue the saga this week with Sawyer and Jake C, the Man Mulcahy. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, our pleasure.
Very excited.
It's Partners League. We got to bring on both partners. What's your guys' team name?
Sawyer came up with it. It's the we're the Golden State Disciples.
Golden State, because you're California, right? Golden State.
California. We play. We're Discers, and it's a play on Golden Tail Disciple.
Oh,
it's a good. You can't pass up a 3 for 1.
What's Golden Tail Disciple? What is that?
It's just like a pretty mediocre common.
Yeah, the 3-mana 2/3 lifelinker from Neo. Very forgettable.
Okay. I was telling Jake before we recorded that I am so I have forgotten everything about Neo. I don't remember much about it. Imperial Oath. I remember that was a really good card. That's about it. But I'm so excited for Partner League, and we're going back to Neo. Our first question, guys. Partner League, and you two guys come from the famous disking team, right? The Diskers. Everyone talks about the Diskers. It's you two, Jordan Jamtron and Treskies, Trevor. I'd like to know, you guys have dominated Mega Drafts since then. Most of the Mega Drafts have been won by at least one of the Discers. And we got another one coming up this weekend or soon. Could happen again. What makes you guys work so well together? How does it all happen with you Discers?
Well, I did want to correct. I think you missed actually maybe the most notable Discer, which is back-to-back league champion Daniel G.
You're right. I did.
Part of the original Matt Guy the Disc team. But yeah, it's funny. I mean, we don't actually, some of us don't even know each other that well in real life. So I as much as I would love to say that we have just incredible chemistry from spending our lives together, the reality is that most of our interactions are online.
I mean, just like basically just like friends from the Bay Area. We kind of like roped each other in like one by one to AGL. Like Sawyer brought me, and then he also brought Jordan, and then we corralled Daniel to follow us, and then Trevor. We have some background chatter going on, talk about pools and give each other like feedback on plays and that sort of thing. But mostly it's just a bunch of really strong players.
very, very strong players, right? Like we're going into week 6 right now. Sawyer's up there high in top 8. Jake, you're in there in the top 16. Like you guys, Jordan, is like a stereotype that he's gonna make top 8 at this point. Daniel with the back-to-back wins. It's incredible what you guys do. You're like a subset of amazing players that came in.
Yes. Sawyer, Jordan, and Daniel have really just been absolutely killing it this whole time.
Oh, you can't sell yourself short though. I saw your games in week 6. You're right outside.
Oh, I hope you didn't see my week 6 game. I went 1-4 that week.
It happens to the best of us. For every 5-0 you get, you're due like an 0-5.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we got Neo League coming up, and so you're a league committee guy. You're always tweaking the bots and doing a wonderful job with everything you do. I do also want to apologize for missing Daniel G earlier for all the Discers. How could I forget? Back-to-back winner. My apologies. I'd like to know, what are the mechanics for this new league, and how did we get here? What was kind of the journey?
So we needed a 3-week league to fill the gap between the release of the Lord of the Rings set and our current league, which is what is our current league?
March of Machines.
March of Machines. Thank you. It's been so long since I've played all my matches out on Friday.
Oh God, he just locked up top 8 so long ago.
But yeah, so we needed a 3-week league to fill that gap, and we in the past had a lot of times there would be like shorter chaos leagues, I think, or other little like non-major set programming, and we, I guess for double feature, had previously done a partner league, and it was probably the most successful of those mini leagues, and so it seemed like it was only a matter of time until we ran it back. The bummer and the thing that led to a lot of discussion was that for double feature, there's this obvious thematic pairing of you have like the 2 sets coming together, you've got your partners coming together. It's a new format for people, so there's like a little more excitement about that as opposed to just recycling something. And so it was a lot less clear cut this time. But basically, we're taking a set that people loved and wanted to come back to, which is Neo, and a mechanic that people loved and wanted to come back to, which is partners. And we're hoping that the 2 of those together are enough to compel people to join this league. And we did add a little mechanical twist, which Jake, do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I will say I love the thematic. So the mechanic of like being able to send a card to your teammate on a in a short time window after you get a new pack, I think is a great job of like fixing a problem that I think a lot of people brought up in the previous partners league.
Yeah.
Where you get this pack and you just like can't use it, but your teammate would like love to have at least one card from it. And I think it also like whoever decided to call it channeling is just like that was just like a great like thematic call. So like don't sell the Kennedy Shore Sawyer.
Yeah, it's not the same exact thing. We got this channel mechanic, and I'm excited for it because
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen to me is I'm going to open the sweet pack with two really good cards. I'm not going to be able to get in touch with my partner and ask them what card they want, and I'm going to have to make a guess as to which card I think they need. And oh boy, I hope I guess right. I just have a feeling it's going to happen.
Yeah, it fixes a big complaint people had, which was in the third week before, if you opened a pack, your partner never got access to the cards.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that's a big a draw of it as well.
It's been a while since we played Neo. I know that I have forgotten most of what happens in that set. Are there any synergies or strong cards you guys are really looking forward to? Like you said, this is a beloved set. So, what is so beloved that you want to see happen here?
Sawyer, you got an answer for this one?
I got a lot of answers. Well, I think like Behold the Unspeakable is
Oh, that was mine. That was gonna be mine. Of course, that
I
was.
knew it was Jake. That's like the card I'm most opening to open. Yeah, but I think in general, what I'd be really interested to see is I think, especially week one, you're gonna have to figure out how to use your red cards. And red was such an awkward color in Neo because none of the like red, blue, red, green, red, white, red, black kind of had something going, but for the most part, they're just the weakest color pairs. And the cards could sometimes be good altogether, like that mono red draft deck was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's tough to make them work with other cards. And I think it was Caleb who had an incredible samurai deck, a red white samurai deck in the league. And he just kind of got all the pieces and it actually came together and was really competitive. And I'm interested to see if people can find similar things and actually find a home for those cards instead of just jamming them in.
Yeah, I remember a lot of green white enchantments and a lot of blue black ninjas. That's what I remember. So
Yeah,
Behold the Unspeakable. That's the card
Yeah,
we
I
want.
mean, Behold the Unspeakable is just like such a disgusting card because it's just like incredible tempo because you just get to like blank their creatures for like a whole turn cycle and then you just like get to just crush them like card advantage and get a massive flyer at the end. It's just like ridiculous. So the reason why I like in the 4-person league, I took Neo as my set, and I had 2 of them like very early.
Woohoo!
And I also had like geothermal commies, which is like another card that I would I love playing with.
Yeah.
Just like massive value. They were days where I played like 5 Behold the Unspeakables in a single game. Absurd.
But that brings us to our next question, which comes from Caleb G. And this is, I think, a fantastic question, especially for the Neo kickoff. How do you guys go about splitting the pool? Do you have a rhyme or reason? I'm this kind of player. Give me the aggro deck. You can take the control cards, or is it, you take the stronger deck, I'll take the weaker deck. How do you split that up?
Yeah, so last time, sorry, you can correct me if I'm wrong because this was a couple of years ago. But it was basically like we would each try to build 2 decks. Like we were just like, build a couple of decks on our own that we would both want to play, right? And not have like a good deck and a weak deck, but try to have like 2 really competitive decks as much as we could. I mean, one was going to lean towards the other, but we tried not to do the like stars and scrubs thing, and instead try to do like 2 decks that we thought both could win. And then if we both did that, then we could sort of like tweak it as we went. That was kind of how I remember doing it. Do you have anything else, sorry?
Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well, pretty naturally for us because black-white was kind of the clear, strongest color pair. And because it was so streamlined in 2 color, and because the other deck included green, we could have like a kind of splashier, a little bit greedier 3 color deck, and then more of a streamlined 2 color deck. So that we got pretty lucky in double feature with it just naturally fitting that way. But I would say pool splitting is maybe what I'm most excited for. I think talking about pools is really fun. And I think it's a huge advantage to get to bounce ideas off of people. And anyone who's building entirely in a vacuum is making things way harder for themselves. We've got our Deck Tech channel, we've got that new show.
Surgical Bay.
Yeah, Surgical Bay. So there are plenty of opportunities to get others' eyes on your pool. And everyone just kind of sees something different. And so I think what we'll probably do is we'll each build a few decks in different colors and play some matches with them against each other and kind of see how they're working out. And hopefully we'll find two decks that are both performing well and don't have much overlap and kind of start from there.
Those practice games really go a long way. If you're not playing your practice games, you're not doing it right. People who play practice games, they top 8 leagues. Look at Miranda, look at Sawyer. You guys practice all the time. It's a huge part of the league. Make sure you guys practice. Don't just build a deck and go, this thing's good to go. Let's rock, you know?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, huge shout out to Miranda, who has been just doing so much practice. I feel like I play against multiple builds of her every league.
And it pays off. Like, look at how well she's doing this league. She's crushing it, you know?
Absolutely.
To say that practice doesn't pay off, don't even talk to me. Johnny would like to know, what is the other's biggest strength as a Magic player?
So I'll go first because mine's easier, I think. It's easier to come up with strengths for Sawyer. Sawyer has one of the things that I've loved learning from Sawyer, and he already knows this, is that like he has really helped me think about like when like how I can like just be more aggressive. Like I think that he does a really good job of like thinking about like, rather than just like trying to like do the biggest and craziest things, just like how do I get my opponent dead, and like sometimes that involves like being patient and like like getting enough value that you can overwhelm them, but like actually thinking like how do I get their life total to 0. And I think that Sawyer is just like just a great aggressive player. Like whenever we do like drafts and paper, he's always just like locked into the aggressive build and just like crushes us that are all going to do like ridiculous things. But finding the line of like like how many creatures can I attack with reasonably. I think it's really helped me. Like there was a game last week where I was just like, I think I'm like very far behind, but so I'm gonna like be very aggressive in attacking to get myself out to like draw into removal to like finish off, and then it ended up working out. Like that's definitely like stuff I like from Sawyer.
Yeah, you gotta play to your outs. And Sawyer beats my butt enough, and I'm always trying to do some real slow, dirtily thing, and he's like 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got me.
Yeah, I would say on that end, actually, Mom has been kind of a challenge for me as a format because like at least in my league deck, I'm often winning with opponents at 20 life. And it's just I've flipped like 3 invasions of Amonkhet or whatever, and they eventually just give up. And it feels really weird and different. But to answer, I guess, the opposite question for Jake, I think well, your natural strength is you just have such an eye for value and figuring out how to maximize value. And if Magic were played with like life totals of 100 and like 200 cards in each person's deck, I think you would be just an absolute force. I mean, like you were talking about looping commies and beholds and stuff. And you're good at identifying those things in deck building as well. I think sometimes it can be easier to gloss over those like synergies that give you a lot of value into the late game. Yeah, but I also think that's like your natural strength. And then I think your biggest asset as a player is just that you are like so continually growing. And I mean, you've already witnessed Jake's humility here, but it's like after every game, if there are people watching, he's asking like, what should I have done in this spot? What could I do better? Did you see any mistakes I made? And it just means you're developing in all these directions at once.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I appreciate it. But it's like, when you have the opportunity to like, get like free coaching from Sawyer, Jordan, and Daniel, how do you not take advantage of that?
This has to be the nicest segment I've ever done. Just bring on 2 people and have them say nice things about each other. This is wonderful. Cody would like to know, What color pair do you think the other person is, or what color pair best describes the other person?
All right, so I'm gonna go first. I thought I was thinking about this, doing my chores this morning. And for Sawyer, I'm gonna go. And this is not like what they like to play the most.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
just like how they are in real life.
sure.
I'm gonna go Selesnya, so green white. And the reason is because Sawyer is a large man. He's like, what are you, like 6'3", something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time I see him, I'm like surprised at how tall he is. And it's also a huge asset when you're playing Ultimate, obviously. And then it pairs well with white because I think that Sawyer is just like a very nice dude and just like very a large, very nice man, and that's what I'm going with.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. God, I wish I had thought about this one more. Let's see. It's also funny that you associate the color white with just being nice, because in Magic it's always just these like evil authoritarians.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, what else would that be? Like,
But
I
yeah,
mean, it's also like it's not like ain't like like the like gaining life,
Yeah.
there's some good
like
stuff.
the
You're
like
an
angel
angelic,
synergy and
yeah,
things like
you're an
that.
angelic persona, Sawyer.
Yeah. Um,
In like the Phyrexian land, it's true. It has been the opposite of that.
yeah. I think
The L is
put.
yours.
I kind of want to say you're Gruul, Jake.
Okay, nice. I like it.
Yeah. And I'm not sure I can totally put it into words.
Ooh, how about this? I also large. I'm like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, it might just be me going for the large thing. And
But
Gruul has
I also can get like pretty intense, right? Like
Yeah.
Gruul likes to
Yeah.
go
No, you
after.
got some fire in you for
Yeah,
sure.
there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Olivia's like, I'm big, I'm green.
That's right.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm big and nice, you're big and fiery.
This question comes from Emmett. Emma would like to know, what is your favorite ultimate adjacent sport? Disc golf, spike ball, can jam, climbing, etc. And I don't know what spike ball or can jam are, so I'm hoping you guys do.
I can go first. I feel both very seen and very called out by this because I originally read it as just like favorite other sport, and then like all the other sports that I like were listed in there. So I love disc golf. I've been playing a lot. I started during the pandemic. It's a great solo disc experience, and I love spike ball. I have a crew that we used to play every Friday, and hopefully we're gonna get back into it. And yeah, I guess they are Can Jam is like way at the bottom for me. It's not competitive enough.
Can jam's like a lawn sport, so
Okay.
they're also a lot of these are lawn sports, but like can jam's like it's in like the cornhole like
Okay.
kind of vein where you throw a disc. There's like a bucket. It's got a slot in the middle, and like if you land it in the bucket, you get some points. If you like hit it down, you get other points. Like just a
Oh,
chill beer in
interesting.
hand partners game kind of thing.
Yeah. And then
Cool.
spike ball is like volleyball, but instead of a net, you have a little trampoline on the ground. And so instead of hitting it over the net, you hit it onto the trampoline. And then the other team has to like collect the ball and hit it back on with three hits.
That sounds super fun.
For people who have never seen it before, if you just like Google like spike ball highlights, there are some just like insane plays that happen. It's a very fun sport to like look at the highlights of that, and really fun to play.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite is spike ball, just because it it gets the competitive juices flowing, the Gruul side of me. And I don't know. I love like partner and team sports, and also another sport that I just like you get better at the more you do it, and like I just like seeing those level ups is really fun. I mean, disc golf too. It's just like way harder, and so you're just out there for so long. And And I'm a receiver by nature rather than a thrower on the ultimate field, and so the barrier to entry is higher for me for disc golf, but it's still fun. I've gone out there with Sawyer and some other friends in the Bay.
Yeah, walk around the woods or the field and chuck a disc for a while. Bring out
Oh
your
yeah,
putter.
yeah,
Oh, super fun.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds so relaxing until you just hit a bunch of trees and
Well, yeah, it's like anything else that you try to do. It's like as soon as you have expectations for how good you are, then
Yeah, it's great.
then you want to perform well.
And then you throw a disc in like, ankle high or waist high, like weeds that you got to go look for 20 minutes and tear
yeah,
up your clothes and stuff. Like you can't, then you lose the thing you paid for. Oh, that feels bad.
yeah. What's really hard too about being an ultimate player transitioning into disc golf is that you can throw it really far. So you can throw it like 300 feet immediately, but you have absolutely no control over where it goes. So you're just like launching it into thick brush and losing so many discs.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Well,
Yeah.
this last question comes from Wyatt C. Hot Dolphin. Wyatt would like to know, who is your favorite Magic artist? If you guys have a favorite Magic artist, who is it?
So
I do.
I
Yeah.
I don't have like I don't pay attention as much as I should to like which artists have like reoccurring things, and I'm gonna go with like sort of a cop out answer here, and that I'm gonna say Mark Poole
Okay.
because he signed my counterspell card that I have in like my cube, and so I just it's like one
Hey.
of the only ones that I know because he was nice and he signed my card at like a GP or something like that.
Yeah, was a cool guy. There you go. That's all you need. Mark Poole. What about you, Sawyer?
I think I usually like the artists who do traditional media more. So I'm not as much of a fan of a lot of the recent like digital art, but I really like Wiley Beckert, who's kind of a newer magic artist. She does some great stuff. I actually have a print of hers in my room.
Oh, what card do you have a
Um,
print of? Is
it's Soul Siphon, I think. Or no, Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter.
that the one with the dragon? It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my sister got it for me. And then I also really like Donato Giancolo or Giancola, who's Donato Arts on Instagram. And he does these like incredibly detailed like drawings. And his hands and his like maps and things in particular look so good. Um, Trying to think of a good piece by him. And he does a lot of just general fantasy illustration. Also, his stuff on toned paper is incredible. Like look
Hmm.
up Sarah Angel drawing. But yeah, on Instagram he puts a lot of like work in progress stuff, and I love seeing that. Um, yeah, he does actually. I bet he's gonna have a lot of stuff in the upcoming set because he already does a lot of like Lord of the Rings illustration.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I can't wait for that Lord of the Rings set. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a great one.
They also do King Darian, it looks like, and just the like you're saying, the hands that he has, like gripping a sword, and really,
mm,
yeah.
Well, hey guys, thank you so much for coming on Hunt the Weekend, and I wish you luck in Partners League. This is gonna be a fun one. You guys gonna be. Let me ask you this. So you got two discers on one team. I noticed the other discers, they're kind of splitting up. Jordan's with somebody, a non-discer, I believe. I didn't see
mm.
it. Was Daniel with a discer?
He actually is.
He is with a discer. How many are there? Are there more
Yeah,
and more
yeah,
every
they're just
day?
coming out of the woodwork. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we may have
Another discer
another
coming in?
Daniel G level
Oh my
newcomer
gosh.
with Nathan W, who joined Mom, went 1 and 2, and then forgot about the second week and entropied out. But is like a consistent top mythic player, and I think will, with this partner league, really make his entrance to AGL known.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Yeah, Jordan and Nathan are gonna be a absolute powerhouse of a team.
Oh my gosh. Is Daniel with Trevor? Are they
Yeah, yeah.
together too? Okay, so yeah, it's all discers all the time. You
yeah.
guys, you guys gonna play each other? You guys got to schedule some disking nonsense, or is there a hey, avoid the Discers conversation.
We have talked about it. It's some of us like to deliberately avoid matches.
Sure.
I know Jordan is very into the purity of the matchmaking process.
Yeah.
And so he won't post when he's in the bot. And if he gets matched with one of us, we'll play.
That's cool.
And I similarly try to do that because like we are a relatively strong group of players. And if we're deliberately avoiding us, we are kind of getting an advantage as a group.
Yeah, sure.
So for fairness, I usually just try to stick to the bot and see who I get paired up with.
Yeah,
Those are gonna be exciting.
I tell them when I'm in the bot so that they don't match up with me, so I have to play that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Me and Chris we're partners in this league, but we never play because we don't want to give each other losses. It's just like a thing, you know. But
Yeah.
when you have so many people in a team, and then it could be like, yeah,
That's
I
true.
can't play 5 of these other teams or something.
Yeah, it may not work out this time.
Yeah, and those are gonna be some fun games to watch. So I'm gonna look forward to those if they happen because the power level there, it's gonna be a good time. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm gonna be looking forward to this league. It looks like it's gonna be a great one. Everyone loves the partner sets, the partner league. So much table talk, so much fun stuff. Personalities really get to come out, And I'll be watching your game. So let's get those games streaming and good luck out there.
Thanks, John.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys. Hey, thank you both. Super nice guys. I love talking to Jake and Sawyer. And I like talking to people that are friendly, right? Like that was a really fun one because everyone's questions were just like say nice things about each other and talk about how much you like each other and how you're really good friends. And I think Jake's really funny. Very humble, as Sawyer said. And there's some information to glean in there. So please, listen to that. Get ready for Partners League. I'm ready for Partners League. And I hope you are too. Almost glossed over this. Don't know how I almost missed this. It's usually at the top of the show, but since it's a new league, I'm not reading the top 8, the current top 8, because we don't have a current top 8. Everyone is neck and neck at 0-0, but we do have our March of the Machines top 8 finalized and settled. So this is your top 8 for March of the Machines. Sawyer T in first place, 23-7. Miranda, Black Canary in second, 23-7. Daniel G, 22-8. Noah B, Cisco, 21-9. Sean SP Talran, 21-9. Pierre Mark D, PM Duguay, 21-9. Caleb G, Why Not, 21-9. And Adam S Wisma, 21-9. They will be opening up the most open pack from each week of Mom, which is they get 1 pack of Mom, then War of the Spark, Strixhaven, Streets of New Campana, Vow, Neo, and Eldraine. Sounds like a super fun Mega Draft happening this Monday at 8 p.m. EST. Get your seats, get your tickets, get ready. This is going to be the most mega of Mega Drafts. And playing Miranda's Mega Draft Madness, I did one on Wednesday, got 3rd place. It was super fun. Please play in the side events, get on the podcast, do your own show, but don't make it a podcast. Do something else. Just do something that doesn't involve audio at all. Make pictures. Maybe you're the guy or girl who draws pictures for the league, and that's what you do. And you stay out of the podcast space, and you get into the picture space. Maybe that's what you do. I don't know, but be a part of the community. I'm happy we're back, and I'm ready for a new league. The slate is clean, and boy, am I ready to rumble. Until that happens, and I get my games in, and I finish splitting my deck, which I still need to do, I hope that you get to keep a good 7, and that the shuffler is in your favor. And we'll see you next week when we recap Neo Week 1. Bye, everybody.